Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Hopefully coming in loud and clear. Good to see you for today's midday mentoring. It's just after midday, and what we're going to look at today is the secret of the seasons. So hopefully coming through live, loud and clear. Excellent. How are we all? Hi Mark, hi Harchand. Good to see you. How you doing, Mark? Nice to see you. Hope everyone's well. Hi Jane. Nice to see everybody. Hopefully you got your lunch ready, or you're having a little bit of a break approaching midday. Morning Mark. I hope you had a great weekend. We had our Pulse party at the weekend, celebrating 10 years in business, which is just phenomenal. It was a really good example of people say you overachieve. People overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. And definitely on Saturday, we had the opportunity to review the last decade. And it was amazing just to look back over the last 10 years. The team put together an amazing... How you doing, Mark? How you doing, Mark? How you doing, Anna? Nick, Humphrey? How you doing, Shiv? Good to see you. Tim, great to have you all on board. Hopefully you're all having a good start to your Monday. And yeah, we had our 10-year Pulse party on Saturday. It was amazing, like really, really good party. The team they had a screen up. So a couple of the ladies organised all of the Pulse party. And they had the screen up around the venue with all the photos from the last 10 years. And it was just a really great environment, really great experience. Lots of the old team members, people who've been involved with the businesses joined us. So it was just an amazing day. And it was a really good example when we talk about target setting, about we all overestimate what we can achieve in 12 months, but underestimate what we can achieve in a decade. And looking back over the last 10 years, it was a really, really good example of that. So that was really good experience. What we're going to talk about today is the seasons. So the secret of the seasons. And what this is about is, we talk about on Property Entrepreneur about success and failure are very predictable, but also that it's all a game. And it's like never more applicable and true to when we talk about the seasons, because part of the game is most people in business and most people in property spend their life on a treadmill. So they're running all day, every day, just trying to keep up, throwing more business in the top, trying to keep hold of the tailwind of the operations, delivering at the back. Most people just live in this endless, exhausting treadmill of being in business. On Property Entrepreneur and at PPN UK, we build all of our businesses in 12-month cycles. So when we talk about being a game, the game is 1 year. And when it's 1 year, it means you can set the bar each year. There's a new start point each year. It's exciting at the beginning of each year. There's a new topic, there's a new focus, there's a new strategy. Your team have clarity at the beginning of the year. So that's the start point for the game. And equally, as rewardingly, is there's an end point. Whatever you sign up for, choose your battles wisely. Whatever you sign up for that year, it also comes to an end. So you run it in 12-month cycles. And what we do to break it down further is 12 months. We overestimate what we can achieve in 12 months, but equally within 12 months, you can get tired, you can get exhausted, you can get bored, you can get shiny penny syndrome. Within the 12 months, there's a really good book called The 12-Week Year. How you doing, Michael, me, Nav? Nice to see you. Welcome back to the UK, Nav. What we do is we break it down into 4 months, because there's a really great book called The 12-Week Year. And what the 12-week year talks about is there's a mental capacity, and there's two elements to it. You can only focus, the mind can only focus for a maximum of 90 minutes in each session. So when we talk about working to-do lists and being productive, 90-minute chunks, do 90 minutes emails, bang, 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 then stop, have a break, have a cup of tea, have a sandwich. Well, another 90 minutes. It's really good for productivity. The same works for days. There's a very clear study and methodology around using the quarters of the year. So you break the year into 3 months. And 1 quarter, which is 90 days, is also the brain can only really focus on one project or one thing for 90 days. And this is the secret of the seasons that we use in all of our companies. We train all of our property entrepreneurs on it. And I want to share this with you today to understand the secret of using the seasons in your business. So what this means is we break our year up into 4 seasons. We're currently in the summer and we'll shortly be moving into the autumn. The property entrepreneur cycle, the property entrepreneur methodology, the property entrepreneur blueprint, we play the game starting in October. So in October, all of the businesses start the beginning of their journey. How you doing, Stephen? How you doing, Edward? Good to see you online. We start all of our businesses in October. So October is the beginning of a year's cycle. There's a few bits to this which will get confusing, and I'm not going to go into that now. But just for the introduction level to the seasons, the secret of how they work, October is the beginning of the year. So the minute we're in the summer, lots of activity, long days, high energy levels, everyone's a lot more active, the days are longer, people are naturally more likely to buy, they're feeling more optimistic, the market's more facilitating. If your industry works in a cycle, specifically lettings, if you're in property and lettings, you'll know that the summer, we do 65% of our we'll do 65% of our lettings within the 4 months of summer, the last month of spring and the 3 months of summer where we are now. So it's real high activity season. When we go through the cycle, it's all a game. So starting in October, the first season, which is going to be the next season, is autumn. Now, I'm going to use an analogy here. So if I take you through the natural seasons first, the secret of the seasons, in the autumn, the days start to get shorter, energy levels start to drop, and the growth doesn't happen at the top of the tree. In the autumn, the growth stops, it starts to slow down, the leaves start to go orange, we start to see the autumnal market conditions come through, the leaves fall from the ground, and then the activity starts to happen more at ground level. All of that growth, all of those experiences, all of that progress that was achieved during the summer falls down to the ground and starts to ferment into the soil, and the activity happens more at ground level. So in autumn, the things start to calm down, they slow down, we're into autumn. And then after autumn comes winter. And in winter in the natural world, we'll know there is no growth. There's snow, there's short days, there's low levels of light, it's cold, the ground freezes over, all of the activity is happening below the ground, under the soil. There is no growth, there is no expansion, it's all happening under the ground. And then after the winter season has frozen, we go into spring, and the days start to get longer, energy levels start to rise, and we start to see the green shoots of spring where the fields start to grow, the plants start to grow, there's green leaves on the tree again. And then in the summer, it's rapid growth. There's huge harvests in the fields, the trees are all full of green leaves, there's loads and loads of growth in the natural world, there's long days, high energy. That's the summer natural season. Now, we run our businesses in these seasons. So Property Entrepreneur starts in October, and all of our businesses start the cycle here, and we use the analogy and the metaphor of a race car. So summer, where we are now, we're racing the race car, we're firing 1,000,000 miles an hour, we're sideways around the corner, the tyres are hot, there's steam coming out under the engine, that's the summer. As we go into autumn, which is in about 6 to 8 weeks' time, so the beginning of October is when Property Entrepreneur starts, and we start all of our businesses at this point. In October, we flick the car onto cruise control. So what we do here is we don't race, we don't go out doing 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is what most entrepreneurs do. They're constantly in summer mode. We flick the car onto cruise control, so we put the business into cruise control. And what we do is we start to listen to the business, and we think, what noises are the engines making? What's worked well last time around the track? What hasn't worked so well? What's been damaged? What's broken? Strategically, what do we need to do to be more effective next time we want to race the race car? Next time we want to do this cycle with our business, what do we need to change? And October, November, December, we spend in cruise control, thinking about strategy and thinking next time round the track, what do we want to do with our businesses? And at the end of the autumn, we then come up with what we call a headline strategy. So the headline strategy is, this is the game we want to play next year. So the whole of autumn, October, November, December, we think about what do we want more of, what do we want less of, what do we want to keep, what worked well, what didn't work well, what did we focus on last year, what do we now want to focus on this year, and what's our headline strategy going to be next time around the track. So we listen to the car, we listen to the business, we talk to the team, we talk to our suppliers, we look at the market, we think really strategically, and at the end of autumn, we do what we call a strategy day. So we come up with the headline strategy, and all of the businesses in Property Entrepreneur and all the businesses in PPN UK come up with their headline strategy. So our headline strategy this year is level up. We're leveling up every single one of the PPN UK companies. The year before, our headline strategy was bottom line time. It was all about profit. No growth, all about profit. The year before that, it was called crossing the desert. It's all a game, and during the autumn, you want to think about what is the game you want to play next time round the track. You do that at the strategy day at the end of autumn, and then what we do there is that we then go into winter, and we take the car into the pit stop. So the autumn is listening to the car, listening to the noises it's making, looking at our lives, our businesses, deciding what changes we want to make, and then in the winter we pull the car into the pit stop and we stop. We stop, we lift the bonnet, and we don't worry about racing, we don't worry about thinking strategically. We've decided what we want to do with our lives and our businesses, and then we lift the bonnet and we work on them. We change the engine, we change the spark plugs, we change the tyres, we remould the body. In our businesses, we change the operations, the processes, the systems, all of the pricing models, the finance plans, the profit and loss, the pricing strategies. We work under the bonnet, we work on the business, we work sort of in the business, on the business, not out scaling it. And if you think about this, what this gives you is a whole 3-month period, January, February, March, to fix the business, get it all ready, and then go out and race it again. The reality is most entrepreneurs don't do this. They race all year, they think, I'll do that later. Administration, operations, systems, all get left to one side. The winter is the period where we lift the bonnet and we actually work on it and get it ready to race again. If you think about this, when you do it like this as well, the secret of having a winter period means for 3 months of the year, you do all of your operations, all your systems, all your financial planning. And then when you get to March, you can close the bonnet and take the car out again and have some fun with it. And you don't have to worry about it for another 9 months. It's really, really powerful when you get that into your business and your team get behind it, you get behind it. You all know there's a very defined time around the track when you work on it, because the reality is also in the winter months, in the summer months, you want to be selling. You want to be out when the days are long, the energy levels are high, when it's all good and fun and the market's accommodating. You wouldn't change the tyres whilst you're racing the car around the track. You can't simultaneously put systems in, and you don't do systems and sales simultaneously. That makes no sense at all. Systems are in the winter. Systems, finance, operations. We do all of that in the pit stop during the winter. So we do that January, February, March, and at the end of March, which is actually the end of the financial year as well, at the end of March, we then close the bonnet. We close that financial year, which is the one that we've run previously, and then the new financial year starts. New headline strategy, new car to race, new team members. During the spring, we recruit the new team members, we test the new systems, we test the new operations, test the new products, the new brands, the new marketing strategies. And what we do here is what we call warming the tyres. The secret of the spring season is all about warming the tyres. Recruiting new team members, training them, getting the new systems up and running, ironing all the creases out. So during the spring, we warm the tyres, get things ready, recruit the team members, get them on board. And then the secret of the summer season is expansion. During the back end of spring and into summer, it's sales, marketing campaigns, expansion, acquisitions, growth, taking the car out, and in the summer, really opening the taps. And this is where you'll get real sort of momentum in the business. You'll get fast growth. In the UK, if you're doing 15 to 20% growth, that's considered to be fast, aggressive growth in the UK. That is impressive. PPN UK and many of our property entrepreneurs companies do 50%, 100%. PPN UK has doubled in size every year for the last 6 years. And that sounds more impressive than it is in like year 1 and 2, when you're going from maybe like 50 units to 100 units, or like 2 deals a year to 5 or 10 deals a year. When you get to years 4, 5, 6, and you're going from 300 to 600 units and like 5 deals or 500 grand's worth of deals to like £3 million worth of deals, doubling and doubling, the compounding effect becomes very effective. And there's no way you can achieve that level of growth in a linear fashion. Businesses don't grow in a linear, like a linear fashion like this. They grow in a cyclical fashion. They step change. Businesses step change. They don't grow in a linear fashion. And the only way you can step change is to grow the businesses in a cyclical nature. And this is how we use the 4 seasons. The secret of the seasons is, if you can get these into place, it gives your business real rhythm. It allows you to have a focus each quarter to do strategy in autumn, systems and finance in winter, recruitment and building the dream team in spring, and then rapid growth, sales and marketing in the summer. When you crack that and you understand the secret of the seasons, your business will grow exponentially, because you know what to do, you know when to do it, and then obviously through Property Entrepreneur and things like that, you understand how to actually do it. And what happens is, during the first few years you do this, you will naturally gravitate towards some of the seasons. So I'm a dynamo, I'm a creator profile, so I'm naturally more spring. I love new ideas, new opportunities. And to start off with, for the first few years, when we were building our companies, I used to love spring, love summer, growth, make a mess, new deals, being creative, lots of new stuff. And I used to not so much enjoy the autumn and the winter, because they were a bit slower, systems and processes, who really finds systems hugely sexy, it's not really up there. But what happens is, you start to get to a point, and this is one of the other secrets of the seasons, you start to get to a point where you actually love all the seasons. And I was actually having a conversation this morning, one of the things I was saying was, you'll notice, so those of you that get up early, I get up pretty early in the mornings, and it's dark when I get up now. I'm noticing that the days are getting shorter and it's getting lighter later in the morning, which means the days are getting shorter. We've passed summer solstice and we're moving through the summer season. We've got 6 to 8 weeks. We're heading out of summer now into autumn. And what happens is, when you start to understand how the seasons work, and you've done this for several years, and you understand the secret of the seasons, every new season, where you start off, some seasons you'll love, some seasons you'll hate, you'll get to a point now where you actually start to love all the seasons. And we're in summer now, and I was loving heading into summer. Let's go and expand, let's do some acquisitions, let's buy some businesses, let's do some deals. And we've been doing that. Let's run some marketing campaigns. You've seen Property Entrepreneur marketing campaign, left, right and centre. We've been doing that for 8 weeks now in different capacities, running events, getting ready for the programme to start in October. And it's got to the point now where I'm genuinely starting to look forward to the autumn. I'm thinking, okay, the novelty of summer's worn off now, doing 1,000,000 miles an hour, long days, fast growth. The novelty is starting to wear off. I'm looking forward to autumn, looking forward to things slowing down. I'm not disappointed that we're having slightly darker mornings now. And I'm actually really looking forward to autumn. And when we get into autumn, we start to get introspective. We look at our lives, we look at our businesses, we look at what we actually want for the new year, and we reset the bar. For me, hitting 10 years in business this weekend, it's a pretty key time for me as I start to think about, what I want from the next 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year plan. I'm really looking forward to getting into autumn. And then when we get into autumn and I have the strategy, I have the introspective time, I have lots of journal and cave time, get creative, think about strategy for next year. By the time the autumn's done and I've really thought about that and I've pinned it down, I'll be really excited then to start thinking about, right, well, let's get ready, let's build this. This is where we're going next. And then into the winter, I'll be excellent, we're going to put a new finance plan in place. We're going to rebuild some of our pricing strategies. Going to put together, one of my personal things at the minute is looking at my own personal property portfolio and start to move more money out of some of the ventures and into long-term investments. And I've got a few models that I'm playing with that. I'm actually quite excited to start building out the finance plan and my personal wealth plan of winter, building that out and this is what it's going to look like. We put these in place to facilitate this. And then into the spring, we'll be testing it. So we say, right, To deliver this plan, we're going to recruit 2 new people, 3 new people, 5 new people. We're going to onboard the team members onto this new system, onto this new finance model, onto this new plan. Get the team ready for that, and then spring we warm the tyres. Let's test these things. Do they work? Let's go out and do some of these new deals. And then into the summer, it's fast growth again. And as you go through the seasons, one of the secrets of it is you grow to love all the seasons because they're all different. Every 90 days is a different challenge, and every 12 months is a different headline strategy. And when you learn all these things, you do realise it's all a game, and you crack the secret of the seasons, and it means you can enjoy playing the game. It means your team can see what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. It means you can have this 90-day focus. If you read the 12-week year, really, really great book. You can have this 90-day focus where there's a constant change in tact, there's a constant change in pace, there's a constant change in focus. And it keeps you on board, it keeps your team on board, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you driven. It allows you to play the game, and you do start to love the seasons when you appreciate how they all work. So that's today's Midday Mentoring, looking at the secret of the seasons. Great to see so many people online for a Monday. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I'm going to do another, because we had lots of questions coming afterwards, I'm going to do another Q&A at some point this week. But hopefully the secret of seasons today has given you some insight onto structuring your business, how to play those. We're in summer now, and if it's the summer of your market, make sure you're making the most of this. Like literally, it's last chance saloon. It's the home straight. We've got 6 to 8 weeks of good market conditions. So I had a meeting with our head of sales this morning. It's like sales. Get these portfolios full. Get everything. Get all the lettings done while the market's accommodating. Because then we need to batten down the hatches for autumn and winter, because the market completely changes then. Sales and marketing campaigns. We've filled all of our accelerators now for the rest of the year. That is the end of summer, and then the final campaign that we've got, which opens in September, is for people to join Property Entrepreneur to start and come play the game with us from October. There's 6 to 8 weeks left of the summer now. It's make the most of that, enjoy that, and then get ready for autumn, because in autumn we're going to be talking strategy, headline strategy, reflection. Don't run on a treadmill. Businesses are about painting canvases, and you can't paint a canvas when you're running a treadmill. Think strategically about what you want out of life. Think strategically about what you want out of business. And that's where we'll be going together on Property Entrepreneur from October onwards. So hope you've had a great morning, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoyed your midday mentoring. Hope you've enjoyed your lunch, whether you're watching this live with us now or you're watching the recording. I'm going to do another midday mentoring tomorrow. I'll put a post on the group first thing, let you know what it's going to be about. If you want to know about anything specific, just let me know in the group. Otherwise, have a great Monday afternoon. Enjoy your week. When we talked last week about the name of the game, the name of the game for me this week is no stress. It's a chilled out week, chilled out, relaxed. Start at a reasonable hour, finish at a reasonable hour. Got 2 days on Property Entrepreneur with the board Thursday and the programme Friday. So when we talked last week about the name of the game, remember, you've got the weeks, the 90 minutes, the weeks, the months, the quarters. Think about the name of the game. What's the name of the game for you this week? Mine's no stress. It's a chilled week this week. No marketing campaigns, no sales, no million miles an hour, no new deals. It's just a week of playing catch up, spending some time with the team, just reflecting and getting recharged. So have a great Monday, ladies and gents. I'll catch you in the Facebook group, and I'll see you for midday mentoring at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So have a great Monday afternoon. Great to see you. Cheers.